Arsenal dealt a big blow in the pursuit for Calafiori. Liverpool, still nothing from them, except Trent might be on his way to Madrid. And Manchester City show off their latest acquisition. Man United pull of one of the biggest transfers in their club history since when? Since Alex Ferguson was here. And in other news, Real Madrid also show off their latest acquisition in front of 80,000 people at the Bernabeu. Welcome to the Soccer Huddle. This is your boy Mujere on the latest transfer rumors, latest transfer news around Europe. So yeah, let's start off with Arsenal. We all know they're in for Calafiori, and they've been dealt a big blow because Bologna has said to them, "Yeah, it's fine. We can have Calafiori, but can we have Caviar as well?" And then some little bit of a cash in our foster. But the big blow is that Caviar is not interested in going to Bologna, and so now Arsenal they don't know what to do now. They have to pay the money because I think it's gonna cost them a lot of money to get Calafiori. Bologna are not budging. They've already lost Zexi to Man United, and there's still a lot of players that they're still gonna lose. So because of the great season they had last season, so they're like, no. It's either you give us the money or a player swap. And Keyvote, he wants to leave. Hence why Arsenal wants to get a new defender, but he's not interested. He's not keen on going to play for the Italian club Bologna. But Arsenal are also looking into maybe loaning him out. But we'll never know. We'll see how that one pans out. Still no wait anything as well. On the other side of Arsenal, we know the big signing here one of this season has been David Raya. His loan has been made a permanent move. We've also had, or they've put in Ketia, Smith Rowan. I think Panya got 30 million for Ketia. I don't know who's gonna pay that for Ketia, but other than that, it is still quiet for the Emirates. That's the only news we have so far. Or they are looking for Calafiori, and that move. It depends on Kivu if he wants to leave or Arsenal are willing to pay that big bucks. Now we move over to another side of London, which is Chelsea, as they still there's a bus outside Stamford Bridge. It's really all their new signings. Chelsea have been busy in the market. Like they've signed about 6-7 players from South America, from Brazil, from Uruguay, from Argentina. They've been signing. They've been busy, Chelsea. I'm telling you, they've been busy. And they've also signed, Dewsbury from Leicester, if I'm saying it right. Dewsbury from Leicester City, and with their player going on the opposite side. And I must say, I feel sorry for the new coach there, because that's a lot of players, man. I think that's the other reason why Pochettino failed in a way, because he had a lot of players to deal with. He had a lot of players that he had to make work, and it was given little time as well. And I don't know what Chelsea are thinking of buying so many players. If you look at it, how they bought so many players, but they haven't sold anyone. They haven't sold anyone that we know. The only player that we know they sold is a player that was on loan, which is Ian Martens, who went to Aston Villa. But other than that, it's been quiet. It's been quiet. So a bus outside Stamford Bridge full of players has just landed, has just there. So many players. I don't know, Chelsea fans, what do you think of, or what do you make of the signings that your team is making, and you're not releasing any players? Obviously, we also know the situation at Enzo Fernandez, where he racially abused Mbappe, French players, and say what you say, man. That is racism. It is very, like, even I don't know who that lady is the president or the vice president, came out and spoke that nonsense. That is rubbish. He spoke rubbish. And you can clip me up wherever you want. That is rubbish. You cannot justify someone being racist. That is racist. They were discriminating the black players from the white players. If it's not racist, why are they not singing about Abu Giroud, Abu Griezmann? Because Giroud and Griezmann as well, they are not. Their fathers are not originally from, or mothers or parents are not originally from France. The other one is from Italia, and the other one is from German. Why are they not speaking about that? Why are they picking on black players? And you want to come here and say, hey, we end racism. There's no room for racism in our football. And I wonder, how is it gonna be now for Enzo Fernandez coming back to Chelsea? For the players, as well as for the supporters. The home supporters might be a portion of them that might stand with him, but the other portion, also the away fans, it's gonna be a mess. I think for me, the best way is just to move. He must just move. There's no room for racism. And he came out, he apologized and said, it wasn't my intention. It wasn't the first time. The problem is, it wasn't the first time. This is the second time they're singing the same song again. And we saw PR, it's like that. Like what that for me, what that's basically means is the same as a white person being racist after I've got black friends. What does that have to do with you being racist? Anyways, we're not to speak about that. We're here for the transfer rumor. So speaking of Aston Villa as well have been busy in the market. As I said, they've signed Ian Martins from Chelsea. Douglas Luiz has gone to Juventus, and they've got two players for that swap deal. And we just recently also learned they've signed Andre Onana from Everton. I think that's a big signing for me. I think Onana has been one of the stand-up players in the league for over 2 years now. A lot of big teams have been looking for him. He's got that strength. He's got that presence in the middle of the park, and I think it will be a good signing for Aston Villa. So yeah, Manchester City. It hasn't been that big of a transfer market. That maybe. It's just begun, and the Euros have just ended. The Copa America have just ended. Players have gone to holiday or gone to their respective clubs, and I think this is when now teams can actually speak with those players or with those teams. But it has been a very quiet transfer market, except for Man United. Man United and Chelsea have been, I think, for me, the busiest in the market. And but if you look at it in another aspect, is that those are the teams that need to catch up, because if you look at Arsenal, if you look at Chelsea, Liverpool, those are oil machines. They're running, they're moving, and we finished 8th. Chelsea finished 7th, so we need to catch up to them. We need to move to the Champions League, and to do that, we need to strengthen our team. We need to get new personnel in our team, and I think that is why our Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal are not looking that deep into the transfer market. Obviously, they will look into strengthening like 2-3 positions, but as for Man United and Chelsea and Newcastle, they need strength. They need to strengthen their teams. They need to catch up with the Liverpools. They need to catch up with the Chelseas and Arsenal. So yeah, from Liverpool side, there's nothing also. There's rumors they wanted Anthony Gordon because Barcelona wanted Luis Diaz. So there's a possibility Luis Diaz might go to Barcelona. So they were looking for Anthony Gordon, but Newcastle were like, hey, Chief, we can give you Anthony Gordon, but we want cash and we want Konza. Liverpool was like, nah, we can't give you our best young centre back. Nah, leave it. It's either we do a deal with money or you leave it. So that's where it stands. We'll see how that run pans out. Manchester City, as I said, they've only announced Savio. We already knew that they've signed Savio from Girona or from the other team or wherever he is from. So he has been announced now officially wearing the new kit. And there have also been rumors that Ederson might head to the Saudi League. I think Ederson, he was looking for a new challenge, but a bid was rejected by Manchester City, and he's still in the City books. And I heard Pep saying he still wants Ederson, he's still part of his plan. So there's no agency to sell Ederson to the Saudis as of yet. But you never know. We'll see what it transpires to in the later stages as well. Manchester United pulled one of the biggest transfer shocks in recent years. They've done 2 hijacking stories. They've done 2 hijack stories. So the first one was Zexi, who was all but done going to AC Milan. Man United came in, swapped him. The biggest one is for me is not the AC Milan one. The biggest one for me is the Real Madrid one. And a lot of Madrid fans would say, we didn't want him, but they wanted him. They wanted him. The 18-year-old from Lille, Yoro. I think a lot of teams in Europe were looking at him. Liverpool once looked at him. PSG wanted him. And they all walked away because Madrid wanted him. And we all knew in recent years, even now, I think it is still there. Just maybe Man United pulls the rabbit out of the head. But we all know that when Real Madrid goes for a player, when Real Madrid wants a player, they'll end up getting him. And I think that's the mentality they went through this transfer Lenny Roller. And they said, I think we gave them 40 or 60 to Lille. And Lille was like, yes, happy days, Lenny, go to United. And Lenny was like, I want to go to Santiago Bernabeu. And Madrid was like, we're not going to pay 40, 60 for him. We're paying 20. Otherwise, leave it. We'll get him for free next season. I think it's the same thing they did with Mbappe. Like, okay, he's just fine. Roll for 100. You don't want the 100? It's fine. We'll get him for free. And that's what they wanted with Lenny Yoro. And I don't know how Man United managed to convince Lenny Yoro to come to United, but he's here. It's been officially announced by Man United. Lenny Yoro has signed a 5-year deal at Old Trafford. And I think the biggest for me persuasion here, Lenny Yoro, was that you're gonna start for us because you're a replacement for Varane, who's just left. We don't have anyone. I think Madrid they were gonna buy a bench player, but looking at it, he was not really gonna be a bench player because David Alaba has been injured. And there were rumors that he's going to be out for the whole season. So they need someone there to fill in that centre back role. But anyways, Man United have swapped in. And also last night, we just learned from Fabrizio that Man United have also agreed personal terms with Manuel Ugarte, the PSG midfielder, centre defensive midfielder who plays for Uruguay, was in the Copas, has agreed personal terms with Man United. He wants to come to Man United. But now the biggest question is what's going to happen with Amrabat? He's waiting for Man United. 2 seasons in a row waiting for Man United. And we just need to pay 10 million. That's it. And we get him.